Can you imagine a place so cold that if you left a glass of water outside, it would freeze solid in seconds? A place where the sun can disappear for 6 months and temperatures drop as low as -50 degrees Celsius. That's not another planet, it's the Arctic. This frozen land might seem lifeless, but surprisingly there are creatures that have adapted and survived here for millions of years. Today we're going to explore 10 extraordinary animals that call the Arctic home, true warriors of nature. Number 1. Polar bear, the Arctic's top predator. Standing up to 10 feet tall and weighing more than 600 kilograms, it's the largest land carnivore on Earth, but size alone isn't enough to survive here. The Arctic is brutal, temperatures drop to -50 degrees Celsius, and food is scarce, so how do they do it? First, their bodies are perfectly engineered for the cold. Beneath that thick white fur is a layer of fat up to 11 centimeters thick, acting as insulation and energy storage. Here's something surprising. Unlike many animals in extreme cold, polar bears do not hibernate. Adult males stay active all year, constantly moving across the ice in search of food. Only pregnant females enter a den during winter to give birth and protect their newborn cubs. And these bears are not just powerful hunters, they're marathon swimmers. They can cover more than 100 kilometers in icy water without stopping, searching for seals, their main prey. A single successful hunt can keep a bear alive for over a week, but survival is never guaranteed. With melting sea ice, polar bears now have to swim longer distances, and many struggle to find enough food. In a world of ice and darkness, every hunt is a fight for life. Number 2. Arctic fox, the master of disguise. Meet the Arctic fox, small, clever, and perfectly adapted to one of the harshest climates on Earth. At first glance it looks fragile, but don't be fooled. This little predator is a survival specialist. Its most striking feature, a fur coat that changes with the seasons. In winter, it's pure white, blending seamlessly with snow and ice. In summer, it turns brown or gray, matching the rocky tundra. This camouflage is its secret weapon for both hunting and avoiding predators. But life isn't easy when temperatures drop to -50 degrees Celsius, so how does the Arctic fox stay warm? Its fur is one of the warmest in the animal kingdom, and it wraps its bushy tail around its body like a blanket while resting. Food is another challenge. The fox's diet is mostly lemmings and small birds, but in tough times it scavenges leftovers from polar bears. It will even bury food in the snow to save for later. Here's a fact that surprises many people. Arctic foxes can survive weeks without eating, slowing their metabolism to conserve energy. In the frozen north, that's a life-saving adaptation. In short, the Arctic fox is not just cute, it's a master of disguise and a true survivor of the Arctic wilderness. Number 3. Snowy owl, the silent hunter of the Arctic. Its pure white feathers make it almost invisible against the snow, but the bright yellow eyes give it away. Those eyes aren't just for looks, they're built for survival. Snowy owls have incredible vision, allowing them to spot prey from nearly half a mile away, even in low light. Unlike most owls that hunt at night, snowy owls are active during the day, and there's a good reason for that. In the Arctic summer, the sun never sets. These birds adapt by hunting in broad daylight, silently gliding over the frozen tundra. What do they eat? Mostly lemmings and small rodents. A single snowy owl that can eat more than 1,500 lemmings in a year. When food is scarce, they'll go after birds and even fish. Here's another fascinating fact. Snowy owls are built for extreme cold. Their feathers cover not just their body, but also their legs and feet, acting like natural snow boots. Elegant, deadly, and perfectly adapted, the snowy owl is one of the Arctic's most iconic predators. Number 4. Beluga whale, the white angel of the Arctic. Unlike most whales, belugas are small and pure white, perfectly blending with the icy waters they call home. Adults can grow up to 5 meters long, but what makes them truly special is their personality. Belugas are highly social. They travel in pods and constantly communicate using a series of clicks, whistles, and chirps, earning them the nickname canaries of the sea. These sounds aren't just for fun. In the dark Arctic waters, sound is everything. Belugas use echolocation to navigate and hunt fish beneath the thick ice, and they're remarkably agile for whales. Unlike most species, belugas can move their heads in all directions, thanks to an unfused neck, making them incredibly flexible. Here's another fascinating fact. Their white color isn't just beautiful, it's camouflage. In summer it helps them blend into the bright, icy environment, keeping them safe from predators like polar bears and killer whales. Belugas are gentle, intelligent, and built for life in the extremes. In the silence of the frozen ocean, their songs are a reminder that even in the harshest places on Earth, life finds a way. Number 5. Narwhal, the unicorn of the sea. Its most iconic feature is the long spiral tusk that can grow up to 3 meters. But here's the surprising part. That tusk isn't a horn at all. It's actually an overgrown tooth packed with millions of nerve endings that help the narwhal sense, changes in its environment, like water temperature and salinity. Narwhals are medium-sized whales, usually around 4 to 5 meters long, and they spend most of their lives in deep icy waters. Unlike many marine mammals, narwhals rarely migrate far from the Arctic. Instead, they dive under the thick sea ice, reaching depths of over 1,500 meters to hunt fish, squid, and shrimp. They're also extremely shy and secretive, which makes them hard to study. In fact, for centuries people believed narwhal tusks had magical powers, fueling the myth of unicorns. Today, scientists know that the tusk likely plays a role in communication and mating. Males often cross tusks in a behavior called tusking, possibly to show strength and dominance. In the frozen seas of the Arctic, the narwhal remains one of nature's greatest enigmas, a real-life unicorn built for survival in a world of ice. Number 6. Caribou, the long-distance traveler of the Arctic. The caribou, also known as the reindeer, is one of the most iconic animals of the Arctic, and yes, the same species that inspired the famous Christmas legend. But beyond the holiday stories, caribou are built for survival and endurance. They are true marathon travelers, migrating thousands of kilometers every year, one of the longest migrations of any land mammal on Earth. This journey is essential for finding food and safe calving grounds. What makes them so well? Their large concave hooves act like snowshoes, helping them walk on snow and dig for food beneath the ice. In winter, their diet is mostly like in a tough moss-like plant that grows in the frozen tundra. To digest it, they have a specialized stomach that extracts every bit of energy from this scarce resource. Both males and females grow antlers, a rare trait among deer species. These antlers are used for defense in competition during mating season. Here's an interesting fact. In the Arctic summer, caribou experience 24-hour daylight, and in winter, months of darkness. To cope, their eyes actually change color with the seasons from golden in summer to deep blue in winter to help them see in extreme light conditions. Caribou are not just symbols of holiday cheer. They're survivors, navigating one of the harshest landscapes on the planet with strength and endurance. Number 7. Bowhead whale, the Arctic giant. The bowhead whale, a true titan of the Arctic seas, and one of the most remarkable creatures on Earth. This massive whale can grow up to 18 meters long and weigh over 75 tons. But what really sets it apart is its colossal head. In fact, the bowhead skull makes up almost 40% of its body length, strong enough to break through nearly 60 centimeters of solid Arctic ice just to breathe. Bowheads are built for survival in one of the harshest environments on the planet. They have the thickest layer of blubber of any whale, up to half a meter, which keeps them warm in freezing waters where temperatures drop below zero. Unlike most whales that migrate to warmer seas, bowhead whales live in the Arctic year-round. They move with the shifting ice and rely on breathing holes they create themselves. Their diet is simple but crucial. Tiny creatures like soup and krill, using their baleen plates, some more than 4 meters long. They filter thousands of liters of water every day to extract these microscopic meals. And here's an astonishing fact. Bowhead whales are among the longest living mammals on Earth. Some individuals have been estimated to live for more than 200 years. That means there could be bowheads alive today that were born before the invention of the light bulb. Silent giants of the frozen seas, bowhead whales remind us how life finds a way to thrive, even in the most extreme places on Earth. Number 8. Walrus, the tusked titan of the Arctic. The walrus, a symbol of raw power and resilience in the frozen Arctic seas. At first glance, its most striking feature is impossible to miss. Those massive ivory tusks. These elongated canine teeth can grow over 1 meter long and weigh several kilograms. But they're not just for show. Walruses use their tusks as tools to hold themselves out of the icy water, break through thin ice, and even assert dominance within their social groups. Despite their bulk, some males weigh up to 1,700 kilograms. Walruses are surprisingly agile swimmers. They glide through the frigid waters using their strong flippers, hunting for clams and mollusks on the ocean floor. With sensitive whiskers, or vibrissae, they can detect the slightest movements in the mud, making them expert foragers in the dark, icy depths. Walruses are social giants. They gather in massive herds that can number in the thousands, crowding onto ice floes or rocky beaches. These gatherings aren't just for rest. They're crucial for warmth, safety, and communication. And here's something fascinating. Walruses can slow their heart rate to conserve oxygen, allowing them to stay submerged for up to 30 minutes while feeding. Life in the Arctic is harsh, but the walrus is perfectly adapted, a creature of strength, strategy, and survival. With their iconic tusks and remarkable endurance, walruses are true titans of the polar seas. Number 9. Arctic hare, the snow-sprinting survivor. The Arctic hare, a master of speed and camouflage in the frozen wilderness. At first glance, it looks like an oversized rabbit, but don't let that fool you. This creature is built for survival in some of the coldest places on Earth. Its thick white fur isn't just beautiful, it's a perfect disguise against the endless snow, helping the hare vanish from predators like Arctic foxes and wolves. But camouflage isn't its only defense. When danger strikes, the Arctic hare can sprint across the snow at speeds of up to 60 kilometers per hour, leaping with powerful hind legs that act like springs. That's faster than most humans can ever dream of running. Life here isn't easy. Winter temperatures can plunge to minus 30 degrees Celsius, and food is scarce. But the Arctic hare has a clever strategy. It uses its strong front paws to dig through snow and uncover mosses, lichens, and woody plants buried beneath the ice. In the harshest conditions, it survives by feeding on whatever it can find, even bark and twigs. Unlike many animals that hibernate, the Arctic hare stays active year-round, braving the darkness of the polar night. Sometimes, it joins others in loose groups for safety, but when it comes to escaping danger, it relies on one thing: speed. Small but mighty, the Arctic hare proves that in the Arctic, survival isn't about size, it's about adaptability, camouflage, and the will to keep running in a land of endless white. Number 10. Arctic weasel, the master of disguise in the frozen north. The Arctic weasel, also known as the ermine or stoat, may be small, but in the icy wilderness of the Arctic, it's a predator with a genius survival strategy. Its most remarkable feature: a magical winter transformation. When the snow begins to fall and the land turns white, this little hunter sheds its brown summer coat for a cloak of pure white, except for a tiny black tip on its tail. This camouflage isn't just for beauty, it's a matter of life and death, helping the weasel disappear into the snow as it stalks its prey. Don't let its size fool you. Measuring just 30 centimeters long, the Arctic weasel is light and incredibly agile. It hunts tirelessly, slipping into burrows to ambush lemmings, voles, and even Arctic hares far bigger than itself. When food is scarce, it caches extra kills in the snow, a smart tactic in a land where every meal counts. Here's another fascinating detail. In summer, when the snow melts, the weasel's coat changes back to brown, blending perfectly with the tundra landscape. Small, silent, and strategic, the Arctic weasel proves that in the extreme cold of the Arctic, survival isn't just about strength, it's about adaptability and the art of invisibility. The Arctic is home to some of the most resilient creatures on Earth, from the powerful polar bear to the tiny Arctic beetle. Each species has its own strategy to survive in this extreme environment. These are just a few of the incredible life forms thriving in the frozen north, but this frozen world is changing. Global temperatures are rising, and the ice is melting faster than ever before. The home of these extraordinary creatures is disappearing before our eyes. If we don't take action nor reduce emissions, protect the environment one day, the Arctic may exist only in memories and textbooks. Let's come together to keep this land a safe home for the warriors of ice. And if you enjoyed this journey into the Arctic wilderness, give this video a like and subscribe to our channel. Stay tuned, there are many more fascinating stories from the natural world coming your way.